Hey everyone! Today I want to talk about and honor one of my absolute favorite rock and roll bands, the incredible, the electrifying, the legendary Black Oak Arkansas. This band and its stories inspired me so much when I was a kid. Honestly, they were my heroes. Watching them, I felt like I could be somebody because they proved that a bunch of guys from a small town could make it big. Black Oak Arkansas is an American Southern rock band that got its start way back in 1965 in, you guessed it, Black Oak, Arkansas. They really hit their peak in the 1970s with this raw, high energy, and super rowdy style that was this amazing mix of rock, country, and blues. But let's rewind a bit. They didn't start out as Black Oak, Arkansas. Their original name was the Nobody Else, and they even released their first album under that name on a smaller label connected to Stax Records. The real turning point came when they were discovered in California by the legendary Ahmet Ertegun, the co-founder of Atlantic Records. He signed them to Atlantic in 1970, and that's when they officially became Black Oak Arkansas. Now, you can't talk about this band without talking about their iconic frontman, the one and only Jim "Dandy" Mangrum. With his signature raspy voice, that long blonde hair, and his wild, flamboyant stage antics, he was a force of nature. In fact, he's widely cited as a major influence on David Lee Roth of Van Halen. If you've seen Diamond Dave's stage presence, you can totally see the Jim Dandy connection. Their biggest commercial hit came in 1973 with a cover of Laverne Baker's song, Jim Dandy. It's an absolute classic, and the track featured this incredible duet between Mangrum and the powerhouse female vocalist Ruby Starr. That song just exploded. The classic lineup from that era was just stacked with talent. You had Jim Dandy on vocals, Ricky Lee Reynolds on rhythm guitar, Stanley Knight and Harvey Jett on lead guitars, Pat Doherty on bass, and Wayne Evans on drums. A little later, in 1972, the legendary drummer Tommy Aldridge joined the band, adding even more firepower to their sound. One thing that made their musical style so unique was what fans called the three-axe attack. They were actually one of the very first Southern rock bands to feature a triple guitar lineup, even before Lynyrd Skynyrd made it famous. It gave their music this incredible depth and power, and their lifestyle was just as legendary as their music. During the peak of their fame, the entire band lived together in a communal compound near Bull Shoals Lake in north-central Arkansas. Can you imagine the stories that came out of that place? Even though they might not have reached the same level of mainstream fame as, say, the Allman Brothers, they are without a doubt pioneers of the Southern rock genre. Their influence is massive, inspiring everyone from Axl Rose to Mötley Crüe. They laid the groundwork for so many bands that followed. And here's the most amazing part. The band is still active today, more than 60 years after they first got together. They are primarily a live touring act, bringing that same energy to stages all over. As of 2026, Jim Dandy Mangrum is still leading the charge, the only original member, and he's still going strong despite some health issues in the past. They've even been releasing new music. They put out a studio album of new recordings called Underdog Heroes in 2019, and followed that up with a really cool cover album, The Devil's Jukebox, in September 2023. The current touring lineup for 2026 features Jim Dandy on lead vocals, Sammy B. Sofine on duet vocals, Henley Wolf on bass, Josh Decker on guitar, and Chris Krog on drums. They just keep the rock and roll spirit alive. In fact, in early 2025, the band finished up a West Coast mini-tour that included a huge performance at the Rainbow Bar and Grill as 53rd anniversary party in West Hollywood. How cool is that? So whether you're a lifelong fan or just discovering them, go give Black Oak Arkansas a listen. They are a true testament to the raw, untamed spirit of rock and roll. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into music history. Catch you on the next one.